when we ask, how did things get so bad? When we look at mass incarceration, when we look at brutal policing, when we look at wretched prisons, all of those are about Black men. I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I was riding my bike as a 13-year-old kid to the library, which was literally across the tracks in the white neighborhood. When I crossed those literal and proverbial tracks, a cop car pulls alongside me. "Is that your bike?" I said, "Yes." "Is that your car?" And I sped away. When I got home, I told my mom what I'd said. My mom who marched with Martin, my mom who took it to the streets with Malcolm, and she spanked me. Didn't I know what happened to Black boys who talked to the cops like that? It turned out that she was right. At this time, the Chicago police were operating an off-site led by a lieutenant named John Burgess, where they were literally torturing Black men. Why, having experiences like that, knowing what I know, would I become a prosecutor? I went in as an undercover brother. Rather than me changing the system changed me. It's not like in the first day, I started calling defendants cretins and douchebags, which is how they were referred to in the prosecutor's office. That took a while. But lawyers are competitive, we're ambitious. The way you move up in a prosecutor's office is to lock up as many people for as long as you can. It turned out that I was good at that. I graduated from doing local street crimes in DC to the Justice Department. And while I was the junior lawyer on the biggest case in the department, we were prosecuting a US senator for public corruption. While I was working in that case, I got arrested and prosecuted and went to trial for a crime that I didn't commit. So I tell the story of that arrest and trial in my first book, Let's Get Free. Things worked out fine because I had the best lawyer in town, a former public defender named Michelle Roberts, who now happens to run the National Basketball Players Association, but at that point was known as the best trial lawyer in DC. Things worked out fine for me because I had legal skills. The courtroom where I had my trial, I literally prosecuted people in the same room. And things worked out fine for me because I had social standing. We made sure the jury knew that I was a college and law school graduate, things that shouldn't have made a difference, but did. And the last reason things worked out fine for me is because I was innocent, but that wasn't the most important reason. I think I'd rather be guilty and have Michelle Roberts as my lawyer than innocent and have a lawyer who doesn't have the resources to fight my case in the way that it needed to be fought. What I did was talk to police officers about what it is that makes you focus on a brother harder, what I call the hard stare. And the stuff that they told me was sad, but consistent with my experience and the experience of a lot of brothers. So I have a long list of stuff like that. And going on through the process, like if you do catch a case, what should your defense attorney be doing? You know, and I say, you know, make sure that she's doing this and this and this. If the police are questioning you, well, what do you say so that you don't get arrested, so that the stop doesn't devolve into an arrest? And again, real talk, and not stuff that you're going to hear in civics. And some people have said that, you know, I say, for example, if you are going to trial and it's a jury trial and you have locks, you probably want to cut them off. You want to come across in a way that a mainstream, probably majority white jury is going to seem as respectable. And folks have said, man, that's kind of enforcing the politics of respectability, right? That's telling brothers that they shouldn't express themselves in the way that they want to. And I get it. But this is only about if you want to have the best outcome, if you want to keep your butt out of jail, if you want to keep your butt out of the attention, if you want to divert the hard stare that the police give. And I make clear that this is not something that you should have to do if you live in a free country. But the country that Black men live in, the country that Black women live in, is not a free country. There are 18,000 different police departments in the United States and 18,000 different ways of policing. The government has incentives to require every state to allow you to turn right on a red light, right? The government likes that, it wants to encourage that, and that's why it's the law in every state. They're not those same kinds of requirements regarding policing, even though these are folks who have the power to change your life in a moment. Certainly and obviously if they kill you or beat you up. But if you get arrested for a misdemeanor, as I've been, as many African-American people have been, that also can change your life. So these folks have this extraordinary power and there are no national requirements. So I think that if there's minimum requirements, training, competency, that could go a long way.